The case of Erriyon Knighton has shaken the track and field world, as the young American sprinter now faces a significant challenge to his Olympic dreams. Knighton, who narrowly missed out on a medal at the 2024 Paris Olympics, is at the center of a doping controversy that threatens his future in the sport. The Athletics Integrity Unit, AIU, has filed an appeal with the Court of Arbitration for Sport, CAS, after the U.S. anti-doping agency, USADA, cleared him of any wrongdoing. In March 2024, Knighton tested positive for Trenbolone, a substance banned in sports but commonly found in livestock as a growth enhancer. The presence of this substance in his system led to serious allegations against the young sprinter. However, Knighton was able to avoid a ban when an independent arbitrator ruled that the positive test was likely caused by contaminated meat, and that Knighton had neither intended to cheat nor acted negligently. The U.S. anti-doping agency, USADA, responsible for enforcing anti-doping rules in the U.S., initially charged Knighton but accepted the arbitrator's ruling. USADA Chief Executive Travis Tigard expressed understanding of the AIU's decision to appeal, but also criticized the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, for its rigid rules on contamination, which he believes need to be reformed to avoid unfairly penalizing athletes. Despite the ruling in Knighton's favor, the AIU has decided to challenge the decision, bringing the case to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, CAS. The AIU, which oversees integrity in athletics, argues that Knighton should still be held responsible for the presence of Trenbolone in his system. This appeal raises questions about the balance between athlete accountability and the fairness of doping regulations. WADA, the global body responsible for overseeing anti-doping efforts, has come under fire in this case. USADA and other critics argue that WADA's rules are too strict, particularly when it comes to cases of contamination. Trenbolone, the substance found in Knighton's system, is known to be present in meat products, leading some to question whether athletes are being unfairly targeted due to factors beyond their control. For Knighton, the stakes couldn't be higher. If the AIU's appeal is successful, he could face a ban that would prevent him from competing in the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. Such a ban would be a devastating blow to his career, especially considering his potential as one of the sport's next big stars. Knighton's case highlights the precarious position that athletes find themselves in when facing doping allegations, even when they believe they have done nothing wrong. Knighton's case is not unique. There have been several instances where athletes have tested positive for banned substances due to contamination, leading to debates over the fairness of anti-doping regulations. In some cases, athletes have been exonerated, while in others, they have faced severe penalties. The inconsistency in these outcomes has fueled calls for reform within the anti-doping community. As the case heads to CAS, both sides are preparing for a legal battle that could set a significant precedent in the world of athletics. Knighton's legal team is expected to argue that the initial ruling was correct and that the AIU's appeal is unfounded. On the other hand, the AIU will likely argue that strict liability should apply, meaning that athletes are responsible for any banned substances found in their system, regardless of how they got there. The outcome of this case could have far-reaching implications for the sport of athletics. If the AIU's appeal is successful, it could lead to stricter enforcement of doping rules and less leniency in cases of contamination. This could result in more athletes being banned for unintentional doping, which could, in turn, lead to more controversy and debate within the sport. At the heart of this case is a young athlete whose dreams hang in the balance. Knighton, at just 20 years old, has already achieved more than most athletes do in a lifetime. But now, he faces the possibility of having his career cut short due to circumstances that may have been beyond his control. This case serves as a reminder of the immense pressure that athletes face, both on and off the field. Public opinion will likely play a significant role in how this case is perceived. Knighton has received support from fans and fellow athletes, many of whom believe that he is being unfairly targeted. However, there are also those who argue that the rules are the rules and that Knighton should be held accountable. The court of public opinion can be just as influential as the legal proceedings in shaping the narrative around cases like this. The track and field community has been watching this case closely, as it has the potential to impact the sport in significant ways. Many athletes and coaches have expressed concern over the AIU's decision to appeal, fearing that it could lead to a more punitive approach to doping violations. Others, however, believe that the appeal is necessary to maintain the integrity of the sport. Regardless of the outcome, this case will have a lasting impact on Knighton's future. If he is cleared, he will likely continue to be a major force in the world of track and field. However, if he is banned, it could mean the end of his Olympic aspirations and a significant setback for his career. This case serves as a pivotal moment in his young life, one that will shape his legacy in the sport. Knighton's case has reignited the debate over the need for reform in the anti-doping system. Many believe that the current rules are too rigid and that more needs to be done to protect athletes from unintentional doping violations. There is growing support for changes that would allow for more nuance in how doping cases are handled, particularly in cases involving contamination. Knighton's case has reignited the debate over the need for reform in the anti-doping system. Many believe that the current rules are too rigid and that more needs to be done to protect athletes from unintentional doping violations. There is growing support for changes that would allow for more nuance in how doping cases are handled, particularly in cases involving contamination. As we await the outcome of this appeal, it's important to consider the broader implications of Knighton's case. Should athletes be held strictly liable for banned substances in their systems, even if contamination is likely? How can the anti-doping system be improved to ensure fairness while maintaining the integrity of the sport? And what does this case mean for the future of young athletes like Knighton? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep the sports spirit alive.